Hi, Michele Kunz here. Thank you for visiting. Today's topic is 10 hot tips for memorization. Now, I've been teaching topics in nursing and the medical field for many years. And I realize that in order for somebody to focus on their topic, they really need to memorize a lot of the information. My husband Joe and I have actually made up some study guides to help with these major topics. So now I'm going to give you 10 tips on helping you to devise ways to memorize topics, especially a new topic that you might need for passing a class, passing a test, and even more importantly, it's really important to memorize things that will mean something to a patient. And it could even be a life and death situation where you have to memorize formulas, drug calculations, drips. So it is very important to focus on your topic and to memorize and understand a lot of it. So the number one topic is to break the material down into small groups of data. You can make lists, you can make cards, but it's something simplifying a difficult topic where you can look at it at a glance and start to memorize it. Number two is to study in short periods over a long period of time. So the longer you start to prepare for this topic, as long as you look at it like every 24 hours, and it could be short sessions, and you will spend more time on some evenings or during the day, but at least every 24 hours you need to look at this information to memorize it. Number three is to review the material quickly. You might not be able to sit down at a desk and study your information. You might have one sheet of paper, a zombie note, study cards that you made up yourself that you could study sitting at an appointment, waiting for somebody. It could even be at a red light possibly. I probably shouldn't tell you that one. But short periods of time that you could study. Number four, do not cram. Don't think you're going to get all this information that you need to study in one session. You need to take the time, plan it out, and study in short periods over a period of time. Do not cram it into one session. That doesn't usually come out successful. Number five is use mnemonics and learning devices and phrases. Like I know for ACLS, I always use something like shock, everybody shock, all shock. That helps me memorize, to do a shock or defibrillate, to give an epi and shock, to give amiodarone and shock. Mnemonics like that, songs, will help you definitely memorize. Number six, teach the information to others. And you might have to force yourself to do this, but teaching others, you have to be somewhat prepared to do that well, and it makes you memorize it. And just teaching others this information is helpful to them, and it's helpful to you to memorize. So teach others, and make a schedule for that. Tell people at a certain time you're going to be doing a little review. Even if it's just a 5-minute session, you'll get people to come. Bring cookies, they'll definitely come, but it will definitely help you memorize the information you need. Use various study materials. There are videos, there are study guides, there are flashcards. You could purchase them, you could make your own. Sometimes a textbook might have little boxes that you can copy or write them down, make lists. So use a variety of study tools. Number eight, leave the TV off. Leave the radio off. Our brains could handle some of that, but if you really want to focus on your topic, don't have any distractions if possible. So that is usually very helpful, a quiet area to study. Number 9 hot tip for memorization is to make your own study guides or charts, or even index cards are great. So you get the 3x5 index cards. They could fit in your pocket. And making your own homegrown study guides really is very helpful. Number one, it gets you to review the material as you jot it down on index cards or on a study guide. You could review it very easily in your free time or formal study time. You could also narrow it down to the important facts. If you're going to take an exam and you know what's on the exam, you could focus on just the material that's on the test, or you could focus on just the important things. 10, tip number 10 is to study with a friend. So if the two of you have the same goal, to pass the same test, to pass the same class, you'll be focusing on the same topic. You could banter back and forth and ask each other questions. So it's good to study with a friend. Sometimes a group, but they can, get off the topic and be distracting. So studying with a friend is a good idea. So I hope these top tips to memorizing is helpful to you and you do very well on your exam. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.